be here. Hey guys, backstory time. So I posted a couple of reels a while back where I broke down and recreated certain popular songs, and a lot of you seem to enjoy those reels quite a lot. And in fact, quite a few of y'all asked me to make extended versions of those videos. Now, making extended versions of those videos would have been really boring. So I thought, why not create a beat from scratch? Now, a lot of y'all might be thinking that beat making is really tough and that this video is not going to help you at all. But I disagree, and here's why. All of us listen to songs and enjoy listening to songs quite a lot. I'm sure we can agree on this. And we keep updating our playlists from time to time so that we don't get bored of listening to the same song again and again. But what if you could never get bored of listening to your favorite songs on repeat? It's really simple. I'll explain how. Think of songs as layered cakes. As we progress in this video, I'm going to explain the order and function of the various elements / layers / flavor profiles of each thing, and that would change your life forever. Let's begin. Think of the melody as the base of the song. It's what decides the vibe of the song. So we're gonna listen to a couple of examples right now, just so that we get an idea of what a melody actually is, and take inspiration from these examples so that we can create our own melody. Let's begin. Alright, so here we have example number 1. Let's give it a listen. So the flute here that you can hear, the da, 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 that is the melody of this beat. I just want to listen to this song though.
The ones that hate me the most look just like me. You tell me what that means.
A few moments later.
Used to fantasize about being this scene. Bluegrass girl, but she got big dreams. Can't touch me, I got instincts.
There's an uncle staring at me. Alright, so example number 2. A melody can be something as simple as this.
My brothers don't die, we just rusty bark. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the sheet.
Here you can listen to the piano in the background. That's what the melody is. Literally, this is the only melody that you'll find throughout the song. But it's super simple.
My brothers don't die, we just rusty bark.
Tomorrow.
I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky.
There's another uncle staring this time. Alright, so this example is kind of different. What the producer has done here is he has made a melody using the bass line. Let's just give it a listen.
Gotta make it some. Walkman doing laps and got us on the run. Bitch, you know when that we on the roll and that the tape is done.
Tomorrow for sure.
I'm a low key, and we bagging up the green. I don't even smoke tree. I'm a main line baby, cause she tryna OD.
Alright, so this song is a really good example of how to use live instruments while making a melody. This one particularly uses the ukulele. Let's give it a listen. So I really dig the vibe of the beat that we heard last, and I want to make something that has a similar vibe. So I'm going to get my guitar out and let's start making this melody. Alright, so now that we have our melody, let's move on to the second layer. The second layer is the beat. So we're going to move on to our workstation and layer a drum pattern on top of our melody. Before I layer the melody, with the drum pattern. I just want all of you guys to listen to the recording. I have two recordings here. One is a very raw, rough recording, and the other is a cleaner recording. You'll figure out the difference when you hear it. So that's our melody, and it just basically repeats all the way here. Alright, so what are we doing now? I've selected 2 claps, a snare and a kick, and this is what they sound like. This is the kick drum, this is the snare, this is the clap, the first clap, and here's the second clap. So we're just gonna layer all of this in a nice drum pattern. I'm just gonna solo these tracks here, and we want the snare to fall on 2 and 4. So you see these lines here, 9 to 10 is a bar, and within this bar we have 4 sections. We're just gonna name them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 again. So our kick is gonna fall on 1, and we're gonna have the snares and the claps fall on 2 and 4. If we listen to it now, it's gonna sound something like this. I don't want the kick to fall exactly on 3, just at like 3.5. Let's see how that works. So we have a simple drum pattern, and we're just gonna loop this. Oh, okay. So this is what it sounds like. Let's find out what this sounds like with the melody. It sounds really groovy. I really like it. Pads. Let's add a pad. So a pad is basically an ambient sound that is just there. It's just lingering in the background, but it adds a lot of depth to the track. We're gonna figure out the chords, and we're gonna add a pad layer and see how that works out. Alright, so I've arranged the chords on this pad layer, and this is what it sounds like. It's really vibey, as you can tell, and it sounds like a flute expanded to infinity. I'm just gonna have it in the background. Let's see how this sounds. The pad isn't exactly fitting in as of now, but when we're done mixing the track, it'll sound a bit more whole. Alright, so now we're gonna add some additional percussions to our track. This patch that I have right now is called Coffee Shop, and basically has sounds from that you can hear at a coffee shop. I'm guessing they're using salt tins and mugs to make sounds here. I'm not sure how they made this patch, but these are the kind of sounds you can hear. Yeah, that. So we're gonna make a percussion layer now. Alright, so now we have a percussion layer here. I arranged it using this editor, and it's a very simple layer, just has a couple of shakers, and this one's called Shakir though. I don't know the difference, but this is what it sounds like. Together with everything else, this is what it sounds like. It sounds really groovy actually. I really like this. We're gonna mix it and make it sound even better. I'm gonna add a couple more layers after this. Alright, so now we're gonna add the 808s. So back in the day, there was this really popular drum kit known as the Roland TR-808 Rhythm Composer. It was manufactured by Roland in the 80s, and it was one of the first drum kits that let people program drum patterns instead of having them to use beat presets. So that is where the term 808 is derived from, but what it basically means in current times is the low end of a kick drum. So here we have a kick drum. It's basically the big huge drum that is played by a drummer with his foot. That's what a kick drum is. And so every time you strike a surface, let's say I strike this table, right? So there's a th and then there's an ump. The ump is the low end. So there's basically two parts to it. Now if you stretch out the second part, you get an 808, and this is what an 808 sounds like. It's basically the kick drum but elongated without the punch. We're gonna arrange the 808 in such a way that it complements the guitar, the pads, the percussions and the drums, and basically binds the whole thing together. So let's do this. Alright, so I have arranged the 808 and this is what it sounds like. And this is what it sounds like with the whole track alongside it. Alright, so now I'm gonna sit and fix and mix this track and basically finish it up, because right now all the frequencies are colliding and it sounds good, but it doesn't sound as good as it actually can. It has a lot of potential. So yeah, I'll see you on the other side in 1, 2 and 3. And we're back, and as you can see, there are quite a few changes that I've made. Firstly, I've color coded everything. So this here is our initial recording, and this here is our new recording. And it's all arranged really nicely. So we have the drums right here. This is the 808. I added a hi-hat. By the way, if you guys don't know what a hi-hat is, hi-hats are the other things you hear in popular songs. This is what it sounds like. I'm pretty sure you can recognize it somewhere. I added 2 percussion layers. This is what they sound like. Basically, I added a couple of stuff and I subtracted a couple of stuff and I basically made it all sound good together, like, you know, this. And I added a couple of fillers. I forgot about fillers. Sounds that fill in gaps in songs. So the filler here is basically, while I was mixing all of this, I had my mic on and it was still recording at the time. So I dropped my ring by mistake on the table and it made this clank sound, and I said shit, like the word shit. This is what the mic picked up. Shit. And so I added it in the gap between the shitty recording and the nice recording. So we're basically done with the beat. Alright guys, so this is it. We're at the end. I'm going to be playing the beat now, but just one last thing before I do that. The reason I took the whole cake example and broke down all the layers is so that the next time you listen to a song, you will be able to determine the components that make the song what it is. So yeah, next time you listen to a song, make sure you're paying more attention to the production of it and how the beat is, and you know how many layers are being used. You can try and count all the layers that you can figure out. And I hope that this exercise makes your listening experience a bit more interesting, and hopefully you don't end up getting bored of listening to the same song again and again. Anyways, I'm going to be playing the beat now. If you guys enjoyed this video, do make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you guys want to see next, and make sure you leave a like if you like this video. What happened to my voice? Okay, yeah, bye.